For anyone that's starting a business, you do want to try new things, and that's what I'm doing right now, is trying something new. I have never placed paint on a wine glass. However, I'm going to do it today. So hello friends, and thank you so much for tuning back in with me, Latisha McKinney. So first I am going to place my rubber band on my Dollar Tree wine glass. So I'm doing more of a slanted look. I have like the rubber band pushed up in the back, and in the front it's going to be pushed down. So I'm giving you an option. If you want to place like a decal on there, you can if you want to. That would be beautiful as well. So this is how it should look in the front. This is how it should look on the side. So now it's time for us to start painting our wine glass. My first layer is going to be very thin, and I'm going to show you a picture of it. And it's going in one circular motion. I have learned, even with painting in my house, to make sure that you do start off with your first coat very thin, and then make sure that you get like all up in the areas, not going outside of the rubber band, to make sure that everything is in one stroking motion, because if you're going in different motions, it's going to look totally off. So make sure that you are using a sponge brush. You can get one from the Dollar Tree, or you can get a whole pack from Walmart. So now we're going to continue working on our first layer. Now this is what it looks like with 2 coats on there. So when you're painting, you want to make sure that it's completely dry before adding your next coat. So I am making sure that my first layer is very smooth before I add my second layer of coat. So I did let it dry overnight before I added my next coat. Now I'm doing the same exact thing that I did for the top for my stem, going in that stroking motion to my right. So this is still my first coating. I want you guys to know that this is my 3rd wine glass that I have done. I did do 2 other wine glasses that I did mess up on, but I want you all to know it is okay to mess up on a DIY. It's okay, just start over again. We're not perfect, so I do want to put that out there. And that's all I did. I just took another wine glass and started all over again. So I'm just going to finish this on out. Now I'm going to show you how it looks just with that one coating, making sure that everything is even and going in one direction. And right there where you guys can see where it looks like I was working on the second coating, I was, but I did allow it to dry overnight. So make sure that you do allow it to dry overnight. Once that is completely done, you can go ahead and rub off the top of it that you do not have any paint, because now we're going to start adding our embellishments on there. Now it's time for us to remove our rubber band. Remember, you can get a pack of these rubber bands from the Dollar Tree for only $1. Make sure it is completely dry before you remove your rubber band, my friends. Let's not be anxious. I'm gonna place the flower mesh wrap right around this area. This is what the flower mesh wrap looks like. I know you all haven't seen me use it for a while, but this is the perfect time for us to use it in this tutorial. Look how beautiful that is. So I'm going to start hot gluing, and this is what I do. I always start in the back of my DIY or my design. So when I meet up in the front or whatever embellishment I'm going to use, I make sure that that embellishment is the closure of whatever I am using for a trim. So let's continue to hot glue our flower mesh wrap onto our wine glass, and we're going to meet up in the front on this side, and also we're going to do the other side and allow those 2 sides to meet up. It doesn't take much hot glue or E6000 or whatever you use to adhere your embellishment. It doesn't take much, so I do want to let you all know that. Now we're already doing our right hand side, and we're going to do the same thing to the left hand side, making sure that everything meets right in the center of our design. Now if you need to lift it up a little bit to make sure that it's even, do so before it completely dries. This is what it looks like thus far. Got some hot glue sticking out right there. You all know how I feel about hot glue, but it is okay. We're going to just rub it off with some rubbing alcohol when we are done. Now I noticed that the flower mask wrap is not lined up with the stem of the wine glass, but that's okay. We have an embellishment we're going to use. Now we're going to place some rhinestones right up in that area. Now you can use the rhinestones that's at the Dollar Tree that already have the self-adhesive on the back, and that can save you a lot of money, but I'm gonna use the ones I already have from Michael's. This is what I'm doing first. I'm adding my hot glue right here in the center of the flower mask wrap. And then I'm going to place my rhinestone on top. Do whatever is safe for you to do, because remember, my gun is a high temp gun. These are the embellishments I'm going to use for this tutorial. So you can go ahead and just clean your wine glass off some more, because now it's time for us to embellish the wine glass. So now it's time for us to move on. We're not going to worry about that area because we're going to be covering it with an embellishment. So for the first one, we are going to be adding a brooch onto it. Now I got this pink embellishment from Michael's about a year ago. And so I'm going to place a brooch on top of it using hot glue. I'm holding it down to make sure that it is secure. Now this is where you're going to place the next brooch for your design, right here in this area. You can stop right there if you want to with your design. However, I'm going to keep moving along for those who want to just do a little bit more enhancement to their design. Now you can see I did add some more brooches onto the embellishment, and I will show you all what I'm going to do later in the tutorial, because I didn't like one thing in this design, so I will let you guys see what I did not like. One of the brooches that I placed on here right there, it kind of hangs over the wine glass, so I will be cutting that and placing that somewhere else. Now this is the brooch I chose to use to do the closure. So beautiful. You guys know I have used this brooch before, and it's so gorgeous. I do not have to do anything extra to the top. So what we're going to do now, friends, is cut the embellishment that has the brooch on there and then hot glue it to the side. Now this is what the bottom of your design should look like. However, you do not have to use these many brooches. I just wanted to do it just to enhance the look a little bit. Now I got this candle stand from Hobby Lobby a couple years ago, and I'm just going to place a brooch on here. I want to mix in the rose gold and silver. Now everyone, you guys tell me how you feel about today's tutorial, how you feel about this design. I would love to hear from you all. And also, what would you use this for? And I want to tell you all about the maintenance of it. For the inside of it, you can just hand wash it gently, and for all of the brooches, make sure you clean it with rubbing alcohol only. All right, friends, we are out. We are done with this tutorial for today, and as always, you have a beautiful and awesome weekend, and until then, I will see you in the next one. Blessings.